Nope. Actually, I'm going to be doing a Veronica Mars cast. And, like a little limited run cast with that. So if either of y'all are interested. I don't think you guys watched Veronica Mars, did you?
I watched the original.
Oh, did you? Have you watched the new one?
No, I watched the movie, and that was the last I saw.
Okay.
So.
You should watch the new one.
People are angry.
They are. And I get it, but then I'm also like, of course this was going to happen. So I think I had prepared myself because I knew there were some very big clues to let you know exactly where it was going. And when it finalized the way it did, you were like, oh, of course they have no choice but to go here. So I get the anger. So okay, so my main confusion was this just a one-off, or is this are they trying to get a season 5, then a season 6, yada yada yada? I think this was just a one-off.
Well, it sounds like they're trying to get more seasons based on how they justified doing what they did.
Okay, see, I haven't heard any of that, so I'm trying to save that for the podcast. So I don't see that working in the same format. So that's the kind of stuff that we're going to talk about during the podcast. And we're hopefully going to get some of the actors.
I was reading up in the other Star server.
Yeah.
The Veronica Mars channel.
Oops.
Do we lose someone?
I think I might have. I switched the server.
Look at you.
To get better quality, but it cut you off.
Did you cut your hair as in a ponytail?
Oh.
Okay, I was like, listen, we're going to have a talk. Like, you better grow back. Good. I just heard you again, Philip. I don't see you.
I'm right here.
Oh, okay. Oh, here we go, Spreaker. So, yeah. I can't hear you now, Ethan.
Oh, can you guys see that I have color contacts?
Ooh, what color are they? Like a green?
The video's a little pixelated.
I'm nodding like I can't see, but yeah, I can see them.
Yeah.
Cute. Who you trying to, you remind me of my supervisor at Hay Needle. He's super cute, but he a little dumb.
I love nobody, and no, trying.
You cut out for a second.
Did you end up going back on that date?
No, I ghosted that dude.
Like, whoa, dude.
Kind of. Like, he wasn't, like, really into it either, I don't think.
I feel you. Aiden, hey, boo. Aiden, you always show up at the strangest times. I either see you on time or I see you 6 months later. And there's no in between. Yes. It's happening. Shut up and click.
Finally, the finale. Then.
Why are you cutting in and out?
I don't know. That's weird.
Okay.
Is it doing?
Is what?
I can't tell if you're talking right now or not.
Okay.
I think it's just because you're lifting the finger before you actually finish your word.
Oh.
Yeah, but I have a delay on mine.
Gotcha.
So that it should go through. Yeah, so it should release after.
Okay.
But I don't know if it's working in private chat. Maybe it.
And then you stop a sentence like right at a weird word. So I'm like, oh, is there more? And he's like, no, I'm done. Teen Wolf Season 2 finale. Master plan. Scott McCall sucks. Scott McCall's guilt. Get the aunties all riled up. All right. We're going to post that.
Do we think that Pew actually tortures himself and listens to this?
No. I don't think he understands how podcasts work. He's a very interesting, non-interesting person. I'm sure he is someone who, like, campaigned to make D&D an actual sport in his school and then got mad when no one signed up. Yeah, he's just one of those people. He had this whole...
Who is it?
One of the aunties. But he's particularly acerbic. And he did this thing where he was like... he was talking about the season premiere of 3A. And he said, Scott, we know that he was suffering because he was worried about Derek, and clearly they were friends, and clearly they trusted each other. It is shorter. It's killing me. I love it. He sucked. And so,
it's been up all...
Has it? And so, he says even the white character literally turns the screen and says, oh, Scott's sick because he feels bad about Derek dying. And the problem with all of that is at the end of the episode, they showed us very clearly that he was feeling that way because of the Wolfsbane. And that everything that happened that night was because of the Wolfsbane. So, no, you can't say, well, Scott was... Because that's what they thought, but that doesn't mean that it was true. And then, if you're going to do the whole...
But, like, even if we were to accept this premise that, like, our white character tells us what's going on, and we don't accept it, that should be proof that the white character saying something has no impact on what we believe and how we ingest this show.
Well, not even that, but it's like, if anything, we can make a huge argument that it was Scott's guilt. And that's why he was really, deciding to focus on Derek, because he felt guilty because he shaded him and basically used him against his will and all this other stuff. There is no rhetoric where they're friends. You're not going to get me to believe any of that. And so the fact that he states it as a fact, but has absolutely no receipts to back it up. He had this thing, he was like, the fandom I'm in, which please quit claiming our fandom, but he's like, the fandom that I am in, hey, all about to do S2. Philip, can you put the mega link in this thread? Hold on, I'm doing it out here. And he's like, oh, a fandom I'm in, they were so obnoxious with one ship that they were banned from conventions. And I was like, who has ever been banned from a convention because of Steric? Like, no, that didn't happen. And he was like, well, they banned Steric questions. I'm like, that's not the same thing. You can't do that. Like, you're just lying at this point. It's so
Are you
ridiculous.
serious?
Yeah, he's just off the rails. And so I don't even bother with him 9 times out of 10. I've had to stop, but then he'll say something ridiculous and people are, go crazy about it. And I'm like, this is what he lives for. And they're so hypocritical. Him and Camelot Park and Big Sky Dreaming, they'll all be like, oh, Steric is pedophilia. And then they'll be like, ooh, Skerrick, ooh, Papa Hale and Scott, ooh. And I'm like, I'm not doing this with you. You're not going to look me in my face, call me a racist, call me a pedophile, and then turn around and reblog Skerrick or Papa Hale and Scott Fick, and then be like, oh, well, it's fine because it's Scott. I'm like, you're just spitting at me.
I would be fine with Pew's, like, weird take on meta if it wasn't build up for his, like,
his nonsense. Yeah. I would be fine if he just kept his opinion to himself, but he loves to talk about it like it is a universal fact, and his perception is the only and right one. And it's like, you're wrong 99% of the time.
Because, like, guess what? The actual fact is the Scott Stan started this whole ordeal by trying to force people to only frame Scott the way they wanted him framed.
Right. Which is not the way that he was received. So I'm like, what are you going to do?
And, like, eventually Steric went, F you, we're going to write him however we want. And, oh, you hate Scott being written like this? Well, look, here's 100,000 words of it.
Right, and they're all boring. They are all boring and very dumb. All right. The link is tweeted. Woohoo! And
okay.
Let's see, to anyone just says it's fine. All right, let's friggin' do this, you guys. It's the final countdown. I am super excited that we're here. Our wonderful Ruby Red Hoodling, she made these great stickers that said, I survived the BHAD Season 2 rewatch.
Oh my God.
It's amazing. So I'm going to see if I can get her to print us some more, and maybe we'll send them out as gifts.
I'm glad someone...
You're glad what?
I said I'm glad somebody did.
Yep.
I'm glad someone survived, because we certainly have.
Jeez Louise. It's like, every time I want to do it, I was like, let me think of 6 other things I could do instead. Like, I cannot do this today. So, very happy to be with you guys, celebrating this momentous occasion, and we are going to do it. Welcome, everybody, to Beacon Hills After Dark. I, of course, am Sticky Keys. Oh no, I didn't say move over here. Oh, shoot. Hold on. To my right, hopefully. There we go. To my right is involuntary permanent co-host Ethan. Say hi, Ethan.
When I tell you that Jeff Davis was in our computers tonight,
Woo!
trying to prevent us from watching this.
We were supposed to start like an hour and a half ago, y'all. Rabbit done changed hands. Jeff Davis bought Rabbit and sold it to some place called Cass, which is trifling.
So now we'd be streaming on Discord.
Right? And it is not right. It is not the
right. Rabbit got paid well.
Right. They better have, shoot. But yeah, actually Discord's doing us right. You're doing good, Discord. Yeah, let's do this. And then, of course, the other voice you were hearing, the lovely, as always, involuntary permanent co-host, Philip. Say hi, Philip.
Hey, everybody.
Yay. Woo, woo, woo. Oh, we are here. We did it. Ow, ow, ow. I'm going to go get some water. So, we put the link in the live watch suggestions thread on the Discord. So if you guys want to play along, otherwise we're just going to be playing it. For now, let's go ahead and do the trailer. And then, yeah, we're going to get it done. So whenever you're ready, Ethan.
On?
Yes.
Cool. All right. I'm starting in 3, 2, and 1.
Previously on Teen Wolf. So do you have the key or not?
Not.
I'm going to tell you how to stop Jackson. There is one young lady with whom Jackson shared a real bond. One person who can save him.
Somebody is hurt. Somebody is down on the field. Jackson! Jackson!
Did it himself?
Where's Styles? Where the hell is my son?
And pause.
So first of all, before we go on, I need to say a very special shout out. There is some nanny that hates Crystal Reed. And they love sending me these pithy, passive-aggressive asks. And I'm just like, I don't care enough either way about Crystal Reed to entertain these asks. Because they're just unnaturally petty. This one, I was just like, it's not even like funny, like, but it's just like, wow, sis, why do you hate Crystal? Like, Crystal's just someone that doesn't seem like she cares. Like, she's just so full of butterflies. I don't know how you could just hate.
Never did anyone.
What has she ever done to anyone? So someone was like, does anyone know what Crystal's up to? She has at least done 5 pap strolls last month alone, and also went to a movie premiere to get photographed on the red carpet. Calling the paps 5 times in 1 month is unusual even for her. And so I'm like, first of all, I haven't seen Crystal Reed at all. So I'm just like, what are you talking about? And then B, there's a difference between like calling the paps and then just being, going to like popular places where the paps are. And
I mean, Swamp Thing got canceled, and not because it wasn't good, but because there was no money.
Mm-hmm.
For whatever reason. Like, of course she's going to be putting herself out there.
Exactly.
Because her thing just fell through.
Yep. She needs to get a job. So I'm just like, really, Nani? And then why are you, like, tracking her pap walks? It was just so overly invested for Crystal Reed. I'm like, do we need this? Like, okay, girl, I mean...
Come on, Nani. Jump on the Posey hate train. There's a lot more fun to be had there.
Right, exactly. There's so much more fun people to hate than Crystal effing Reed. It's just so weird. But, let's see.
Yeah, have fun, Nani. Have fun.
Have fun. You go, Nani. And then, she'll probably never listen to this, which is the only reason why I'm even acknowledging it. But, Troll Nani, she keeps trying to get me to talk about the Discord on the blog. And I'm like, not going to do that because she basically knows that I know that she's blocked and she can't see anything. And so she keeps trying to write in as like a Nani, like, oh, where are these threads? Where are these threads? But I'm like, anyone else who has had a problem has DM'd me on Discord. So if you have a problem, come DM me on Discord. Don't come into my Anons on the Tumblr because I know that you're her and that you're a troll. And I'm like, we're not doing this. We're not playing this game. And so, of course, then she saw her in when I posted the trailer for Can You Keep a Secret. She was like, supportive of Hecklin as always. And then this actually did make me laugh. She was like, maybe try not to judge a movie just by its trailer. And I was like, the entire point of a movie trailer is to judge whether or not I want to see the movie, dick. It was so funny. I was like, girl, you are terrible at this.
She must think you're new. Don't she know you're sticky from the block?
Right, exactly. I've done been around the block a few times. So I'm like, guess what?
That's exactly right.
Oh my God, it was so funny. I was just like, oof. And so, but did you see the trailer, Ethan, for Can You Keep a Secret?
I did, and I
have thoughts. Oh my God. Eli made it. Hey, boo.
He is going to... The movie should be a lot of fun. Rom-coms were never really my thing to begin with.
He needs a rom-com. I think...
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And
like, I never liked... Like, I don't just sit down and watch, like, a rom-com because they literally all have the same premise.
Yes.
So,
some will surprise you. I was pleasantly surprised with Crazy Rich Asians. There were a couple of things in it that I was like, ugh. But for the most part, I really enjoyed that. But, it was very methodical. It was very, predictable, but in a pleasing way, which I think is kind of the allure of rom-coms. They're going to get together. You're going to have the happily ever after, and that's what you want it for. And so
right.
I am wondering, though, someone was telling me kind of what happens in the book, and I'm like, this seems very one-sided, and I do wonder how they're going to handle the certain things in the adaptation. Now, he did give us some cute moments. His little thing on the plane where she was freaking out, and then he gave this weird little, response. It was very cute, and I was like, okay, Hecklin, I see you. He still has some elocution issues, but, it is what it is.
Yes.
But this is 100% a Netflix movie. And evidently they're going to release it on demand the same day that they release it in theaters. And I'm like, then what's the point of putting in theaters? But yes, we will be doing a live watch. I am very excited for that.
I hope it's not like one of their other Netflix movies where Netflix got the international distribution rights, but the domestic rights were delayed for after it was shown in theaters.
Oh, this, I think not.
Because that's happened to a handful of movies, and it's kind of like, ugh.
Yeah, what's the point of that then?
Because it's usually not a wide release anyway, so then it's like, ugh.
Ooh, but I am going to try to go to the premiere.
Oh, of course.
I have not seen the trailer because I saw the comments, and I was like, I don't want anything getting in the way of me watching this at the earliest.
You are so funny. It, I don't know. I think, I will say I was very surprised. I was like, I don't think I'm going to be as annoyed by Alexandria as I thought I was. So, as I thought I would be. So the trailer actually worked in that regard. And I think that Hecklin will do a very good job. I think what I put in my post was it'll be very interesting to see him try to do straight Hecklin. Cast me as your romantic lead. I'm totally straight. You're just like, okay.
He just needs to, if he's riding that Netflix train, he needs to ride it all the way to the end of that station.
Yes, because...
Ride it just as hard as Noah's riding it right now.
I mean, honestly.
That's exactly right.
Yes, exactly.
I would be here for it.
Because he, Another Life, he did... They gave him something to do, and he did it to the best of his ability. That script was nonsense. And his motivations are all over the place, but he did okay.
It can't be any worse than Secret and Obsession. Did you see that yet?
Which one?
What is it, Obsession and Secret, that Netflix movie? It's like a fanfic gone wrong.
Oh, The After?
Oh, no.
Have you seen it?
Mm-mm.
Okay, I'm looking it up right now, but basically the premise of the show, it's a movie, it starts off with this girl, running for her life. You don't see who she's running from, and then she gets amnesia, and her husband walks in.
Oh.
Oh, I did see that trailer.
I didn't see that.
It is, bad fanfic, but oh my god, it needs a Steric and a COAU,
Yay!
Yeah. Oh, it does. Yeah, because halfway through, she's like, "That's not my husband."
Oh no.
Yeah. So it has
it's called Secret Obsession.
Okay.
And who's it? Brenda Song. It's the star.
Oh wow, I like Brenda Song.
Yeah,
I do, but she was terrible in this.
Well, it's kind of like that Renee Zellweger one. That looks god-awful, but I really want to see it. It looks terrible, but I'm like, this looks like it's going to be trash, and I can't wait. Sorry, I was picking at my teeth. Okay, so,
Oh, you know what I want?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. I want a picture of Alexandra Daddario doing her eyes, right next to Tanner.
You just want a bunch of crazy eyes in one picture?
Yeah, I just want them, side by side, doing the eyes.
Ugh, that would be terrifying. I can't deal with that. People...
I love Tanner.
His And Hecklin does it too sometimes. And I always wonder, I've seen a lot of people do that where they're like, smile. But then that will be the picture that they choose. They're like, oh yeah, this is a great picture. And I'm like, you look frightened. You look like you are crying for help. Like, what is going on in this picture? So I always wonder about that. But my eyes are small. Okay. Well, we're here, you guys. Season 2 finale. When we last left off, Stiles got kidnapped. Jackson something. Where was Scott? Scott was on the field, right?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. And then, and now I just have so many questions because Gerard kidnaps him, right? Or the Argents do?
Yes.
And at this point, we don't know if Scott knows that Gerard did that.
No.
Yeah, they don't know who took him.
So here's my
They
question.
just know he's missing.
We know that Scott is, quote unquote, working with Gerard, but also playing him, right? Because he's just so smart.
Yeah.
So if he's doing that, and then Gerard knowingly kidnaps Stiles, the people that, I don't know. I have thoughts, but I'll wait till we get into it because I think I'm not remembering much of this. Let's go ahead and...
They should have been the first suspect. And the fact that they weren't the first suspect, again, shows Scott's bias because he just never considers the hunters being a threat.
Which is very strange because they treated him the worst, honestly. Peter and Derek, they were like defending themselves, but friggin' Papa Argent straight put a gun in Scott's face over his daughter. It wasn't like, oh, I have evidence that you're going to hurt her, or, just anything like that. It was just like, no, I don't like you. You're an animal and a werewolf, and you will stay away from my daughter, so I'm going to put a gun in your face.
And this is like post-learning that the hailfire is real.
Yeah.
So, like...
Yeah.
It just makes no sense. It's always that they must have had a reason. It's like that blind defense of, like, cops in shootings, or the blind defense in victims in shootings. Like, either one, blind, it must have been somebody else's fault, is bad. And that's what Scott has.
Well, not only that, but he's doing it because of Allison. Because he wants to be with Allison. And so, who knows what allegiance he even has to the hunters. But he is putting...
You could say he's doing it because of Allison, or he's doing it because he hates werewolves that much.
Yeah, a little bit of both. And then Allison's family is just ultra appealing. Even more so then, because he's like, oh, well, they don't like werewolves either. But of course he can't show that because then the show went ahead and made werewolves sympathetic. But for some reason didn't have Scott catch up to that pretty much ever. Which is...
Or werewolves were only allowed to be sympathetic if they followed Scott's example.
Which, for someone who hated being a werewolf, it's just like, oh, there's so much wrong with the way that they did this. And it's just like, okay. All right, let's get this party started. We are going to press play. Ethan, you ready?
Yes, indeedy do.
Awesome. Go ahead. Count it down.
All right. Press and play at 23 seconds in, starting in 3, 2, and 1.
Thanks for your help. We could take it from here.
I'm gonna have to give a statement. Why don't I ride with you?
I think that would be a little...
Perfect, great.
Great.
Ow. Ow.
Erica said, I'm getting my lines this episode.
Oh, poor Dave.
I gotta meet with the medical examiner and try and figure out what happened with Jackson. I've got an APB out on Styles. His Jeep is still in the parking lot, so that means... Hell, I don't know what that means. Look, if he answers his phone, if he answers his emails, if either one of you see him...
We'll call you. Look, he's probably just freaked out from all the attention or something.
Shut up,
Find him.
Scott.
Yeah. I'll see you, okay?
Stas would love the attention.
McCall, we need you on the team, okay? You know I can't put you on the field next season if you don't get your grades up.
Yeah, no, Coach.
He's so smart, y'all.
I mean, I know I yell a lot, but it's not like I hate you guys. Well, I kind of hate Greenberg, but, you know, that's different. It's Greenberg. I'm just saying, I need you on the team. Get your grades back up.
I will.
I know.
Is that everyone?
I think so. You're gonna find him by scent?
Yeah, we both are.
How come you get a shirt and I get a shoe?
Oh.
All of us. Holy
They were trying to warn you. It's electrified.
What are you doing with them?
At the moment, just keeping them comfortable. There's no point in torturing them. They won't give Derek up. The instinct to protect their alpha's too strong.
Okay. So what are you doing with me? Because Scott can find me, all right? He knows my scent.
Gross.
It's pungent, you know? It's more like a stench. He could find me even if I was buried at the bottom of a sewer covered in fecal matter and urine.
You have a knack for creating a vivid picture, Mr. Stilinski. Let me paint one of my own. Scott McCall finds his best friend bloodied and beaten to a pulp. How does that sound now?
I think I might prefer more of a still life or landscape, you know? What are you, 90? Look, I can probably kick your ass up and down this room. Okay. All right, wait. Okay, wait.
Styles, cover your face. And show our boy how to
What the
fight.
hell is this?
You know, I thought the same thing when I saw you talking to Gerard
Hey,
at the
Pipes.
sheriff's station.
Okay, hold on. He threatened to kill my mom. And I had to get close to him. What was I supposed to do?
I'm gonna go with Scott on this one. Have you seen his mom? She's gorgeous.
Shut up!
It's Peter, Derek's uncle.
So good.
Go out back and try to kill us
Isaac's
all, and he set him
jealous.
on fire and Derek slashed his throat.
Right.
It's good to know. How is he alive?
But the short version is he knows how to stop Jackson. Maybe how to save him.
Well, that's very helpful, except Jackson's dead.
What?
Yeah, Jackson's dead. It just happened on the field. Okay, why is no one taking this as good news?
Because if Jackson is dead, it didn't just happen. Gerard wanted it to happen.
Well, why?
Well, that's exactly what we need to figure out.
And when Derek feel it?
Something tells me the window of opportunity is closing. Quickly.
Saw the lights flicker. Probably just one of our guests getting comfortable downstairs. Get some sleep if you can. I have a feeling the next 24 hours are going to be eventful.
You gonna tell me what happened at the game?
Didn't you hear? We won.
Thank you, Pines.
I met Jackson.
So did I.
Pack bonds. Hey, Carlos. And that's what I said. We need to teach baby how to knuck up.
Need something?
I would have slapped
Handle this.
the crap out of
One of your
her.
friends is dead.
Because of Derek. How do you think Jackson became that thing in the first place? Kate. Mom. Jackson.
What about Scott? What if he dies too?
Since when did you care about Scott?
I care about you.
Really, Dad? If you're going to start quoting from the list of the top 5 things a parent should say to their child every day, why don't you start with, I'm proud of you because I am doing exactly what you wanted.
Press pause real quick.
Allison, you're doing exactly.
Okay.
Pausing at 7 minutes 40 seconds.
I find her, she doesn't know about the Hellfire right now, does she?
Yes, because it was released in the newspapers.
The Hellfire?
Yeah, that Kate was responsible for the Hellfire was released in the newspapers when Kate was killed at the end of season 1. She walks into school in season 2, like, all embarrassed because everybody thinks she's related to the psycho murderer.
Okay, so her whole thing about, it's Derek's fault that these people in my life are killed. And she's like, my mom, who didn't need to die, she killed herself because she hates werewolves. And then she said Kate, who massacred a bunch of werewolves related to...
Yeah, she doesn't know the part about her mom yet, but, like, the Kate part is weird because, like, she massacred werewolves, but I think she's working off this idea that maybe Kate had it right all along. No werewolf should be allowed to exist.
But even so, no, because Allison knows that her mom killed herself because she got the bite. She knows that. What she doesn't know is that, or Scott didn't tell her that it was, that Derek was protecting him, which is why Derek was there. But she knows, because remember there was a note left.
Yeah, that's kind of weird that she would just be like, oh, yeah.
And that's
totally a reasonable reaction to getting bit by a werewolf.
Right. And that's why I'm saying, I'm like, no common sense is being brought to her in any shape, form, or fashion. She's just like, and then she said, Kate, of course, her mom, and then Jackson, who she really didn't care about. And then Jackson was the Kanema. Like, she doesn't know how Kanemas work exactly, apparently, because that, again, is not Derek's fault. If anything, that was Matt and Gerard. I guess she doesn't know that about Gerard's part in it yet.
Yeah. But, I mean, I'm guessing her train of thought is like, oh, okay, because Derek gave in to Jackson about being bit, that's how he became a Kanema. And that's,
but see, even that's dumb,
whether
because
he was predisposed or not.
I would just say that's even ridiculous, because then it's definitely Jackson's choice.
You see, but what's weird to me is that Allison is thinking these things, and the show is telling us that these beliefs are wrong. You know what I mean? But the aunties share this exact same belief that Allison has, even after watching this entire show.
Well, that's the thing about it, is that they go off of what is said, but they don't understand that Jeff Davis loves him an unreliable narrator. So it's really better to look at what he shows versus what's in the script versus the dialogue, because the dialogue rarely makes any sense.
Yeah, but I mean, in this instance, like, these dark Derek kind of judgments are, like, we're being told these are not correct judgments, and yet they still follow along with these things.
Yeah.
But then also, Chris, you notice how the show has given Chris pretty much a free pass because of whatever, because, he sucked up to Scott enough.
And that's what it is, yeah.
He's hearing her say these things, and he's not refuting them. He never really refutes them.
Exactly, and that's my problem, where I'm like, all you need to do is say 1 or 2 lines of dialogue for her to turn around. And they're specifically not saying it because they need to carry on this storyline. But then that also means that you don't have a very good storyline. If you can't.
Because, spoiler, after this, when Chris releases the betas and stuff, Allison should have caught him, and he should have had this line that says, "Remember, we protect those who can't protect themselves. Who are we protecting? Who are we protecting from them? Nobody." Mm-hmm. And that should have been the moment of, Allison's realization, but they wanted to carry it on further all the way to the end of this episode.
Which, yikes. You got any thoughts, Ethan?
Well, I mean, not really. Mm-hmm. I think that, just overall, just with, this whole situation, I think that, well, first off, Crystal's doing a pretty good job here. She's given it her all to be an angsty teen at a good old age of 30.
Yes, right.
So, props to her. But yeah, no. Basically, this is all Scott's fault.
Yeah.
I do wish that Stiles had been a little bit more, if they had let him really help the betas get out of the situation.
Yeah, I wish they would have showed more of that, because really he tried to get them down, but then after that it was just real quick and to the point. Not gonna work, okay, beat you now. It was just okay.
Because I would have liked if Boyd and Erica got out, but then they saw Stiles gets caught by Gerard, and either they decide to come help him, or they run off, where Lester thinks oh my god, they really left him, mm-hmm. and then they come back with Derek.
Right. Oh, that would have been amazing. Oh,
that's what I would have liked to see.
This show, that's why I just wish that we could de-age.
To be where's Scott? Where's Scott?
Actually, I would not mind doing a Teen Wolf reboot, except Monroe has killed Scott, and then they all have to get back together to destroy the big bad, and someone has to step up as alpha. And everyone thinks it's going to be Stiles, but he was like, "This is Hale Land," and I'm going to be Marianne Mabu. We need to do this. And let's see, next year, 2021 is the 10th year of the premiere of Teen Wolf, right?
Yeah, 10 years, yeah.
Yeah, yep. Isn't that nuts? But
that's wild.
I say we get together and we do a fan campaign, and we get these fools to come back together and shoot a fast-forwarded scene.
Just without Tyler Posey.
No, I could not, because you know what it's going to turn into every episode. It's going to be for Scott. We're doing this for Scott.
That's fine, as long as he ain't there. I'm okay.
We can't martyr Scott McCall. Ain't no way.
Well, then we find out he's a villain. Somehow. We find out that it's his fault.
He faked his death, and he's been trying...
and then we get Jesse to play him, and so he can be de-aged for some reason. We're going to work it out. We'll work it out, you guys. We'll figure it out.
I think we have a higher likelihood of Dylan and Tyler just being on a new project together.
Oh, if only.
If only. I would kill.
And they would do so. They just have the chemistry. They would do so well together on a project.
No.
And so I'm like, okay, you guys, get it together. So
get it together, girl.
I know, ladies. So yes.
Yeah, I'm still wondering who is going to show up at HowlerCon next year.
Oh, we should have a little interlude, or are we going to do that at the end?
Yeah, let's do that towards the end.
Okay.
That'll be fun. And then, yes, I thought you were going to say this, Philip, which is hilarious because there's no reason for you to ever say this. But I thought you were going to say, I'm interested to see who's going to show up at Snow and Straight Tyler's wedding. And because her and Dill are basically like friends now for whatever reason. And I'm pretty sure B-Rob is going to be there. So that I'm like, is Heckling going to show up and be like, I wish you the best? It's like, I would love to get invited to that wedding. That would be amazing.
What is their relationship anyway? I wonder.
You guys, it's her straight Heckling. And it's so obvious that it's her straight Heckling. It's just... I
love the pictures where he's the stepdad to the dog.
Yes, so that's funny. What I was gonna say. Because first of all, I'm a little bit upset that she still shares his dog with her ex. But then it's also like Heckling was like, no. Heckling was never involved with that dog. Did not care to be seen with the dog in any capacity. Was like, I will visit you and Heckling likes dogs. So I'm just like, what happened? What is going on? So I have so many questions.
I wonder if they really have shared custody of that dog.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if there's anything legal, but yeah, they pass it back and forth. You're going to be with mommy this week.
To make the point of calling her fiance and future husband the stepdad
to the dog.
Wow.
It's everything.
Some business around that dog.
Ethan, do you know anything about this? Have you heard?
About what? Sorry.
Snow's new man, her new fiance. Mm-hmm. He looks like Tyler Heckling. His name is Tyler. And, they dated for less than a year? Maybe. No, yeah. I think less than a year, and they're about to get married.
Lord.
So, that's going to be the wedding to end all weddings. I cannot wait. I'm going to try to find the red carpet and show up and be like, I got a gift for y'all. Here's an edible arrangement. I got them chocolate dip pineapple.
Oh, I bet you could make your way into that engagement party.
Yes, the engagement party. Okay, that'll be good.
We should have have to worry about using the wrong name.
Yeah. Oh, I know. That's the other thing. Oh my God, I love it. I absolutely love it. I've always been kind of indifferent towards Snow, but after this, I'm like, I'm team. After she gave that interview where she said she was on a plane and her boyfriend broke up with her right before she had to fly to go make a movie, is when they broke up. And, I mean, it could only be Heckling. And I'm like, you just put all his business out on Front Street. And the best part was that it was directly after the vacation, which is what we called. We were like, I bet they broke up. Or I bet this is like a last resort vacation. Like, either it's going to work after this or it is definitely not. And it definitely
so wait, she was on vacation or he was on vacation?
No, remember, they were on vacation with, like, family and friends. Remember the one where he had the drunken titties? Where he was, like, he was all sloshy? What? Do you remember he was in Mexico?
Was this a Hawaii vacation?
I thought it was Mexico. I think it was Cancun.
Wait, with his board shorts and the hat? That picture on the beach?
No. That's the Wave Runner one. That was after. This is the one where he was in...
The one where they went on vacation, but they were already broken up, and somebody spilled the beans.
Yes.
And it was like...
But people didn't think they were broken up. But, yeah, until much, much later. And so they tried to pretend to be like the happy couple. This was the one that was at the resort, and he was in the bar... And there was one picture of him with this girl with huge titties where she was like all up on him. We was like, oh, Heckling. And then there was one where he was standing next to this really tall guy, and his face was just like, I am hammered. And like he was all kind of swollen from the alcohol, and so his titties were just plump. I was like, you got a full C, dude. You are rocking a full C, and I'm not mad about it. So yeah.
No, that's the milk.
Yes, milky. Yes. So that was the vacation. Oh, that's my favorite.
That is the only thing that you will get from me on that matter.
Thank you. That's all I ask. Love it. Okay. Dog walker AU. Good times. All right, let's go ahead and press play.
Sure. All right. 7:40. Pressing play in 3, 2, and 1.
We all are.
I'm tired. I just really want to pass out. Okay.
She's
Fine.
Slap her,
By
Chris.
the way, don't forget you owe me a new bow.
And a new crossbow.
Yeah, that's still your daddy, girl. Melissa, you are a nurse in civilian clothes. There's no way you should
for the game, remember?
I know. But I'm like, she's not on the clock. She cannot be here or doing any of this. Taste it.
Pineapple.
Right?
Jackson would still be the type to do Momoko.
Right. Ah! Girl, you just need to unzip it a little bit.
There's some gloves on that table, Melissa. I'm gonna need you to put some on.
I mean.
He shows up at the hospital.
Right here.
Oh.
It's okay, Dad. It's okay.
Who did it?
It's okay. It was just a couple kids from the other team. You know, they were pissed about losing. I was mouthing off. You know, the next thing I know,
Who was it?
Dad, I don't
Those
know. I didn't even see them,
eyelashes.
really.
I want descriptions.
Dad, come on. It's not even that bad.
I'm calling that school. I'm calling. I'm gonna personally go down there and I'm gonna pistol whip these little bastards.
Dad, I said it was okay.
Stolinsky family feels.
Oh, they found Styles.
I told you I looked everywhere.
And look here.
Oh my god, so he never started looking for him.
What is that, a book?
No, the laptop. What century are you living in? A few days after I got out of the coma, I transferred everything that we had. Fortunately, the Argents aren't the only ones that keep records.
Dang, that holds a MacBook too. All right.
Hey, Mom, I can't talk right now.
Well, yeah, I'm so freaked out that I can barely talk.
It's got that expensive taste.
Definitely something, I don't know what, but I think you're going to want to see this for yourself.
I don't remember that. Little cocoon wolf.
Dad, I said I'm fine. Come on, Dad, how many times?
Hi.
Hey,
Your father let me in.
he did? Oh, yeah, of course he did.
What happened to you?
Oh, yeah, no, it's nothing. Don't worry about it. We're fine. You want to come in?
Y'all don't go down to the living room.
What are you doing?
Children.
They won't let me see him.
Yep, she came to your house to talk about her man.
Give him something. He kept asking for it back.
What's happening to him?
I thought that you were going to tell me. Is it bad?
Doesn't look good.
Whoa.
Ooh. Mom, could you zip it up, please?
Okay. Okay, here we go.
Mom, zip.
Okay.
Zip, Mom, zip.
Your mom is a human, Scott. Get her out of the way and zip it yourself.
For a long time. Long enough to learn things like how a certain level of electric current can keep you from transforming. At another level you can't heal. A few amps higher and no heightened strength. That kind of scientific accuracy, it makes you wonder where the line...
Ethan, pause it real quick.
And the supernatural really exists.
Okay.
Okay, the delay was being very strange. Like it would kind of fast forward a little bit and then it would play it back. So we're going to see if he'll catch up.
Ooh, okay.
But let's talk about Scott making his mom zip
Thank
up
you.
after, like alive. It's like, your mom's freaking human, but yeah, sure, let your mom do it, Scott.
Wow. I was like, I completely forgot about that, but I'm like, stop, Scott, what are you doing? That's your mom. You know, it's so funny because...
An example of Scott having, like, no awareness of what's going on. Just like when you're trying to get the clothes for Styles out of the locker, instead of, breaking the lock and, like, discreetly and pulling out what he needs, he rips off the door.
Right. Because no one ever questions him, so he thinks that nobody knows. But I'm like, no, they're just watching you, dude. Like, they're just not saying anything. Because you look crazy.
And then here, it's a complete, like, oh no, the adult to my mother should be doing this, not me. I'm a child. Like, I just don't get it.
It's very strange. Well, I do love how the aunties are like, his mom was in trouble. His mom was in trouble. He was protecting his mom. And I'm like, he just let his mom zip up a canema who came back to life. And who's like, as soon as his mouth opened, he should have grabbed her back from there.
Should have never asked her to zip it up.
Yeah. Yeah, there was no point in that in the first place because it's a bag. He has claws. What was zipping it up going to do?
But even then, like, he should have zipped it up himself.
Yeah. Definitely. Hey, Tori Marie. I know she's probably...
How you know that Scott McCall is not looking at him?
He's like, yeah, oh, and that's the other thing that was interesting is that Scott did not look for Styles at all. And didn't even try to be like, me and Isaac will look for Styles while you figure out what's going on with Jackson. Yeah, they were like, oh, I guess we're on Jackson's thing now. Styles will be fine. Rude. Rude, Scott.
Okay, are we firing it back up?
Yep.
Let's try it. Oh, hello, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just blinking now.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say, yeah, do you, you see the picture?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. I'm going to start it up in 3, 2, 1 at 55.
It's when lines like that blur. You sometimes find yourself surprised by which side you end up on.
They just keep reusing the same shots over and over.
Hey, sorry, I didn't have any tissues, so,
That's fine.
Deedon was planning with Scott, apparently.
You have 17 missed messages from Scott.
I know.
You ignoring him?
No. No, not really.
You have woman's jewelry?
Oh. Nothing. That's just some stuff I bought, you know, for your birthday.
For me?
Yeah, I kind of didn't know what to get you, so I just bought you like a bunch of stuff. Like a lot of stuff. You know, I was gonna return anything that I didn't give you.
A flat screen TV.
Yeah, that I'm definitely returning.
Where's Styles getting this money?
You're gonna want to read this.
They say he's in some kind of transparent casing made from the venom coming out of his claws.
That sounds sufficiently terrifying.
They also say he's starting to move.
Okay, look, I think I found something. Looks like what you've seen from Jackson is just the Kinema's beta shape.
Oh, meaning what? It can turn into something bigger?
Bigger and better.
He's turning into that? That has wings.
I can see that.
Scott, bring him to us.
Not sure if we have time for that.
Look, somebody actually made an animation of it. Maybe it's less frightening if we... You should probably meet him halfway.
Scott, get him out of there now. Go now.
Wake up, sweetheart. It's starting.
That's funny, Carlos.
That's so creepy.
Yeah.
Okay, go.
Scott, you're the
They
worst.
just have to pull the car up to the exit, like really?
Well, not with that body bag.
And I've never been to a hospital that doesn't have the parking lot lit up.
Oh, JR.
Derek, we need Lydia.
Look, there's no time.
That's the problem. We're rushing. Here we are racing right into Gerard's crosshairs.
If I get the chance to kill Jackson, I'm taking it.
You're lying. More than you know.
Oh.
What do you want?
So emo.
We don't have much in common, Scott. But at the moment, we have a common enemy.
My daughter.
That's why I'm trying to get him out of here. I didn't mean Jackson.
How much do you know about this stuff?
Pieces? Half of it's like a dream.
Yeah, well, guess what? The other half is like a freaking nightmare.
I don't care. I can help him.
See, that's the problem. You don't care about getting hurt. But you know how I'll feel? I'll be devastated. And if you die, I will literally go out of my freaking mind.
So skinny.
See, death doesn't happen to you, Lydia. It happens to everyone around you, okay? To all the people left standing at your funeral, trying to figure out how they're gonna live the rest of their lives now without you in it? Huh? And look at my face, huh? Come on, you actually think this was meant to hurt me? I'm so sorry.
It's okay. I'll find out myself.
Hey, Lydia, wait.
Pause.
Gerard is twisted.
Yeah,
his way
pause.
in Allison's head.
What did that
Yes,
mean?
okay. So, I am glad that we saw this scene again because Antes has been using this scene to demonstrate, like, how terrible Styles is and he yells at women and all stuff like that. This is a reaction to trauma and he recognizes it in the moment and apologizes.
What did he mean
Yes.
by, do you think this was meant to hurt me?
He was giving an example of like when other people like when you're hurt, other people suffer too. So like his dad.
Yeah.
I think it's a point that like when you put yourself in a supernatural world, you know, it's not just you who you set yourself up to get hurt. It's everyone around you. And he's like, look, this has nothing to do with me. They're after Scott. They're after Derek. And it's like, look look who got hurt.
Gotcha. Okay.
Right. Which I love this scene because it actually shows one of the reasons why Stiles and Lydia should not be together.
Yes, 100%. And I mean, I don't even mean that in like a petty way or anything like that, because I really enjoyed, I wouldn't have minded Stydia if they had done it closer to this, but I really enjoyed the Stydia bros that we got during 3A and 3B, and I wish that they would have kept it there.
Yes. It was so good.
It was so good. And I like the idea of having a boy and a girl that don't have to be dating to be friends, you know? Yes. They can just be friends. And so I thought that they had the perfect kind of camaraderie for that. And I was always like, Lydia's definitely going to end up with someone older. So they kind of took it in a whole nother direction. But
and I know how creeped out you are by it, but I loved Marriage. There was no reason why Marriage shouldn't have happened. I don't care if he had creepy dreams about her.
But that's the problem, is that they could, if we could go back, delete all of those scenes, and you have a perfect relationship. It is perfectly fine. There was no reason for those scenes. They contributed nothing. They meant absolutely nothing, and they were never acknowledged in the show. So I'm just like, what was the point of that? And that's where I was like, I think that Jeff was close to the chopping block and was like, I'm just going to put stuff in just to mess stuff up and see what I can get away with. And so that's...
Like, I get that they were trying to establish the Hellhound and Banshee, like, connection thing.
No.
But they did it in the creepiest way possible.
They can't even do that because at that point, we still didn't know what a Banshee was.
Or a Hellhound.
Or a Hellhound. Except that the Hellhound, they kind of made a Hellhound a little bit like an incubus. And I think that's more of what they were trying to do, was make Parrot... because the whole thing about... maybe I'm not thinking the right thing, but what's the one where...
Sex Demon?
Yes. Or, yeah, the one that basically replaces you.
Oh, no, that's a... You're talking about a ghoul or a skinwalker?
Maybe a ghoul. But yeah, it's something more long... Because the Parrish is dead. He's long gone. This is like a hellhound. Like, this is a demon, you know? And so... It's just very strange the way that they chose to do it because it doesn't line up.
Wait, what's he or is that sick?
Huh?
Is that for real or is that fantasy?
No, that's real.
About the Jordan not being real.
That's real. Jordan died in active duty. And then I guess the Hellhound took over his skin or whatever. And the reason...
I forgot who it was?
I guess because and that's another reason why I said it was definitely Camden Leahy. And I still stick by that. But my problem with all that...
I swore that was a fake.
No, well, it's been in fic, but I do remember that was this. Because once they started the Hellhound, I was like, the only way I knew a Hellhound was because of Supernatural. And I said, this doesn't match up at all with anything that I know. So what are they actually trying to do? And Pints is saying the Hellhound reanimated his body. So yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is nothing like a Hellhound. This isn't even an incubus or a ghoul or a skinwalker. I mean, this is literal, like, possession, but not even done right.
Well, and that's my problem, is that Hellhounds are not nice, law-abiding people. He's not hiding within Parrish until he can be activated to save the day. Hellhounds are Hellhounds. You know, like, they have specific, not duties, what's the word I'm looking for? They have an end game, basically. They have something that they're put up here to do. And usually that's to wreak havoc. So then
They have a job, and then they don't
stick around.
Out of that their job description.
Yes, exactly. And so yeah, it was just very lazy. And then for them to do those scenes and then they don't connect in any way was nonsense. And yes, I will remember that.
You could have gone with, like, making him a changeling or something.
Making him a what?
Like a changeling?
Yes, exactly, 100%.
Abducted by Faye. So you like, but like instead of being abducted as a child, he was abducted while that explosion happened.
Yes.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Give me something like that, and it's so much more easier to then weave into your narrative.
They needed somebody to, like, be responsible for Parrish not having memory.
But I mean, that's anything. That's Fae. That's fairies. That's literally any kind of magic. Can be like.
But then the Fae would have had to have had a reason for plopping him there without memory. You know what I mean? Like
they just wanted to. Give me that. Yeah. I would rather have a they just wanted to than he's a hellhound, but we're not going to tell you what a hellhound is. You know, it's very lazy. What else was in this scene? Oh yeah, and so yeah, Stiles and Lydia of it all. Again, I thought that it did such a good job of cementing their friendship. And
well, like, to me, what it really seemed like, the way that Stiles reacted is it's all about him. He doesn't consider her feelings or her agency or anything like that.
You don't think so in this scene?
Yeah, like, he's just all like this. Do you know how I would feel if something happened to you?
Well, he says,
like, this is all about me.
He does change it up to, you know, the people who are left in your wake and, you know, how they would feel and blah, blah, blah. I think he does have another scene where he is a little more like that. I don't see it as much in this one because I also feel that he is reacting from a place of hurt, knowing she went to him for some reason to talk about her ex-boyfriend.
You see, I think it would be different if he was lying to her based on these feelings of I have to protect you, but he's not. He's just like, do you know what you're asking of me?
Right, exactly.
And then he pulls back from it. He's like, whoa, way overreaction. I'm totally
like I'm doing the most right now.
Yeah, like this is my you know, emotions talking. It's not, you know, about you. And then he pulls back, and then obviously we'll see in a little bit he helps her do what she has chosen to do.
So yeah, I think it's a very good progression in that form thing then, where he's like, okay, I messed up and now I'm fixing it. I wish they could do that with any other part of the show. And again, then I do wonder how much input Dylan put into it. And I really do think, like, it had to be something. I think consciously he was not playing it as this is going to be a lead up to a romance. Because at this point, they know that Jackson is going to... Well, no, at this point, they don't know for sure whether or not Jackson is going to be there or not, because they shot a few different endings. Or did they shoot one ending and then they came back for reshoots? It was something like that.
They did. They shot 2 endings, if I'm remembering this correctly.
I do know that they did go back for reshoots at some point for this season. Because someone was telling a story about some kind of haircut. I don't remember. But it was with the season 2 finale. That's the part I remember. And I was like, because of Colton. Oh, Coco. Keeping us on our toes. So yeah, very interesting. Now, I'm also a little bit upset about this conversation going on and Jackson is on the ground. I'm like, can we walk and talk? Can you follow me while we have this conversation? Like, he's on the ground in a cocoon of goo. So, I just thought that was funny.
It's just like this was supposed to be the next season. You would think would have been Jackson's season. Like they were going to reserve his story for what? Like, because Malia comes in when? 3B?
Yeah, the end of 3B. Yes, 3B.
Okay, but like supposedly, I guess they were only going to have him for half the episodes in 3A.
And that's really another thing.
Why would he have not been in every scene where Derek is looking for Boyd and Erica?
No clue. No clue.
Or if he was on Scott's side, like, oh, Scott tried to save me and Derek tried to kill me, why would he not have been in, like, every backup scene where Isaac and Scott were, like, hunting down alphas and stuff?
Well, again, Lydia got a full season. Yeah, Lydia got a full season pickup, and she was meant to have a full season pickup. I don't understand what that decision would have been based on. And again,
did she get a full season pickup because...
That's what I'm wondering.
Did she get a full season pickup? Because they could afford her if they didn't have to afford him?
I almost wonder that, but then I think that can't be it because they were moving back to LA. And, you know, that's where everybody was. So that wasn't necessarily going to be an issue. But Lydia's part is so big. I guess you could say they could have rushed in and did it. But I just don't know. I don't know. It's all shady. Shady boots. That's all I got. All right.
Like, I just don't think that Colton's people would have asked for too unreasonable demands, considering this was a TV show.
The other story is that Colton asked for more, they gave him more, and then he used that to leverage the Arrow deal. But even that, there's just a lot of different holes. At some point, I do hope that there is a memoir that exposes all of it, because I want to know that story. But, in general...
I mean, I could see him not wanting to be in Teen Wolf so much that he did that, maybe.
No, he wanted it.
But like, he seemed like he liked it, so like that doesn't really make very much sense for me. And then the Roy character was there.
But, well, no, I will say this, though. I think if given the chance, and I think really Colton made this choice, between Berlanti and Davis, he went Berlanti.
Berlanti was a smarter choice.
Yeah. What I wonder about is he ups Davis a lot, but not Berlanti as much. And I wonder what that's about. I always, because I'm me and because I'm petty, I always feel that there's some sort of blackmail thing where it's like, you got to big me up at least twice during every interview for the next 6 years, or I'm going to tell all of your business. You know, just like, I just feel like there's something shady in the underbelly. And I want to see it.
Yeah, I mean, like, as Roy, like, okay, he was Roy and all that stuff, but it didn't get as much, like, exposure out of it, I guess.
But then that was kind of on him, too, because he was in and out of rehab. He just kind of spiraled. He had a very tough time around that time. So some of that was him. And
or maybe he feels more guilty about what happened with Jeff than he does with Berlanti because he was probably more open with him.
See, and I wonder about that too. I wonder a lot about that. Because when Colton was like, I'm not coming back unless Hecklin and Dylan can come back, then I'm like, no, he told you that... Jeff told you that you're not coming back unless you can get Hecklin and Dylan to come back. Like, I am positive that's how it went down. And I think Colton was like, I got bills to pay.
And I think we're still a ways away from getting the true story out of Colton.
Definitely. But it's coming.
Yeah.
It's coming.
I mean, he is, as the years have gone on, he has unburdened himself from so many secrets that he very soon will have nothing left to lose.
But, but then also lately he's been clamming up a little bit more too and not sharing as much of himself. But then it's like, not necessarily that he needs to share everything with us. I'm not saying that in the least. But when he does kind of go inward like that, those are the times that we wake up and then find out that he OD'd and was in the emergency room, and was on like 48 hour care or whatever. And so those are the things. It's always an extreme.
I'm hoping at this point his quietness is that he's actually finally tackling his real issues
and healing
them up.
Exactly. 100%.
So he's still talking about Pokemon and crap.
Yeah. And so that's why I'm like, okay, you good. But yeah, it always makes me wonder.
We wish only the best for Colton.
Yes, Team Coco all the way. Love you, Colton. Let's see. Okay, yeah, let's go ahead and press play.
Great. All right, press and play at 17:59 in 3, 2, and 1.
The same way you did with Kate. I'm losing her. And I know you're losing her too.
You're right. So can you trust me to fix this?
No. Who are you?
No.
Then can you let us go?
You see, but that's always Scott demanding that people just trust in him.
When he trusts nobody.
She left, huh?
Yeah.
So, was there anything there?
No.
Sheriff looks good in the scene. I said it.
Oh, Lyndon?
Yeah.
Yeah, he does.
Oh, I thought that shirt was all black. That shirt is ugly.
Getting beaten up, and with what happened to Jackson, that's got you pretty shaken. But be happy about one thing. The game. You were amazing.
Thanks, Dad.
No, I mean it. It was pretty much over. And then you got the ball, and you started running. You scored, and the tide just turned. And you scored again. And again. You weren't just the MVP of the game.
You're the MVP of my heart.
I'm not a hero, Dad.
You were last night.
And you can be again.
Wait, was he gone a whole day?
Oh. What?
That doesn't make sense in Teen Wolf. Don't try to do it. You'll go crazy.
Wow. I literally thought this was the same night.
Stop moving.
Jeez Louise.
Where's Derek?
God dang it.
I'm so glad they got rid of that.
Someone certainly enjoys the entrance.
I'm here for Jackson, not you.
Somehow I don't find that very comforting. Get him inside.
So pretty. God, freaking Scott has no expression.
Well, yeah, it's just like one face.
Who? Peter and Lydia. Okay, well, hold on a second. You said you knew how to save him.
We're past that. What about? Think about it, Scott. Right, Gerard controls him now. Right, he's turned Jackson into his own personal guard dog. And he set all of this in motion so that Jackson could get even bigger and more powerful.
No.
That run was bad the first time.
If Jackson's a dog, he's turning rabid. And my father wouldn't let a rabid dog live.
Of course not. Anything that dangerous, that out of control,
Scott's face.
is better off dead.
remember this. Derek is always getting impaled in the chest. Or the stomach.
Really? Don't remember?
No.
Scott. Like the concerned friend you are, you brought Jackson to Derek to save him. You just didn't realize that you were also bringing Derek to me.
Scott's a punk! Jackson, that little tail. Dude, don't blow out your own windows. Come on.
Ooh, I've read about that tail.
Right?
That tail's naughty.
Now that is... Oh, Knotty. Oh, Derek. Really? You couldn't just walk around it? Oh, look at Scott's hair! Looking like an outsider. Uh-oh.
I feel like this was a different song and they had to use the theme song due to, like, the license running out.
Yes, exact same. How is Derek not paralyzed?
Canema ran out of goo. I love that Peter's just like, I'm gonna come in at the end. Ooh! I forgot about this! Oh, Allison, what is you doing?
Not yet, sweetheart.
What are you doing?
He's doing what he came here to do.
Then you know?
What is he talking about?
And then you know.
It was that night outside the hospital, wasn't it, when I threatened your mother? I knew I saw something in your eyes. You could smell it, couldn't you?
He's dying.
I am. I have been for a while now. Unfortunately, science doesn't have a cure for cancer yet. But
Trump is coming up with one.
You monster.
Not yet.
What are you doing?
You'll kill her too.
When it comes to survival, I'd kill my own son.
Do you have a son? Wait, yeah, Chris is their dad. Okay, never mind.
Oh my God.
I was thinking it was Victoria's. I was backwards. But why do they have to kill Allison?
They don't. He's just threatening to if Scott doesn't fall in line.
Allison just stabbed
Okay, pause it. Oh, never mind. Wait, after.
Wait, no, keep it going. Keep it going.
Yep.
How can he do this if he's not? Okay, never mind.
Still be an alpha. That's true. But I think he already knows that, don't you, Scott? He knows that the ultimate prize is Allison. Do this small task for me, and they can be together. You are the only piece that doesn't fit, Derek. And in case you haven't learned yet, there is just no competing with young love. Scott, don't. I'm sorry. But I have to.
What is she crying about? Chris, you have a gun. You could shoot him in the head anytime. Chris's face is everything. That fake CGI blood.
What is this? What did you do?
Everyone said Gerard always had a plan. I had a plan too.
Oh, please.
Why would Gerard know that that was it?
Drop this.
Mountain Ash!
Mountain Ash! Look at the cannibal!
Why didn't you tell me? Because you might be an alpha, but you're not mine.
That's so rude!
Ooh.
And Chris!
Kill them! Kill them
Alright, go ahead and press pause. Wait.
Boo. That's a terrible reason, Scott. This could have been solved so much earlier.
Exactly. That
is the dumbest excuse for anything I have ever heard in my life.
Because you're not my alpha. I didn't end it. I just and so that's why I don't. Because Scott had to know that he was going to have to do this to Derek. So there was never any. All of this was an act. Him pretending like, oh, I'm not going to do. He knew he was going to do it. And so no, you're not going to give me that.
If you read into,
huh?
Oh, yeah. Keep going.
I was going to say, you're not going to give me in 3A that Scott was upset Derek died instead of Scott was extremely guilty because he put into motion the things that led to, quote unquote, Derek dying. When it could have easily been avoided.
If you wanted to read this into like this was just a backup plan in case he couldn't get out of forcing Derek to bite Gerard or whatever kind of thing. But they don't lay it out like that.
But I don't even think you can do that because
should have talked to Derek.
The Mountain Ash doesn't matter without Derek. Derek had
and that's what I mean. Like if Scott thought, okay, he's gonna force me to force Derek to bite him or something, but I'll say no in the moment. I'll just play along like I'm gonna say yes now. But here's a backup plan just in case I can't say no. Like, they could have gone that route.
Oh, but they didn't.
Needed some informed consent. Or, if he wasn't going to inform him and this is going to be like a mistake in trying to save as many people as possible, this stupid, cocky, smirky line of, you may be an alpha, but you're not my alpha, was not the way to go about it.
Well, and then, of course we have this story of Derek has been used and manipulated before. But of course they're not going to acknowledge that when it comes to Scott, because Scott is, the protagonist and we're all supposed to love him. And we're supposed to...
And he used Derek in season 1 too.
Yeah.
And manipulated him into thinking that he was staying away from Allison. He lied to him about that he was going to help him find Peter and all this stuff, and that he played hard to get and, got in the way every single time.
Yeah. And so that's what I'm like, that's what we talk about when we talk about the show says one thing to us. And he's like, well, Derek, you may be an alpha, but you're not my alpha. But Scott, you keep involving yourself in Derek's business. And you literally had a plan where you used him specifically because he was an alpha. So you can't give me this high and mighty, you're not my alpha, because then what he's really saying is, well, what kind of alpha would allow themselves to manipulate? It turns him into even more of a douchebag.
You see, because what we don't have is the setup for Scott feeling this way legitimately.
Yes.
We don't have, Scott trying to be a good pack member and it just never being good enough for Derek.
Right.
Or Derek having some bitten wolf, prejudice or something like that. We don't have any of that setup to be on Scott's side in this situation where we feel like, that's right, Derek, you don't deserve to know everything. Nothing set us up to feel that way.
Exactly. Agreed. Ugh. Crazy. Ethan, you got any thoughts?
And then, instead of revisiting it in the further seasons where it's like, okay, well, we didn't get people to not like Derek, so let's concentrate on that. They didn't concentrate on making us not like Derek. They just concentrated on, well, Scott's always right, Scott's the best. And it's
right. Except they didn't concentrate on that. They told us it, and then they showed us the exact opposite time and time again. So messy. So messy.
I have so many thoughts about this.
Tell us. We're here.
I just think that there's so... This is obviously one of those things where they had no idea how to end the season. They didn't know how to do anything. And so Jeff went to the bathroom, took Damon Jackson with him,
yep.
And Damon Jackson wiped off a tear before bending over.
Oh, no.
And Jeff snorted a line of coke off of his rear end.
Yeah. Yeah. And was like, I got it!
And he was like, yeah, I'm good, guys. I have it now.
He's like, here's what you can do. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing. Okay, so Gerard, the whole time, there was a plan. Scott knew, but he didn't know because he's good.
Oh my God.
He knew, but he didn't know because he's good.
Yeah.
That's exactly what Jeff Davis said. There is no other explanation for how this happened.
Because he loves Scott. We love Scott.
Again, supposedly this is Scott's plan, which is what the antis use as their defense of Scott's a genius. But we see Eden is the one filling up the pills, and okay, I get it, Scott can handle Mountain Ash, but Scott didn't come up with this plan. He gave his details to Deedon, thinking it was no big deal, and Deedon was like, oh, that's poisonous.
And honestly, that's how it should have been presented, because we know that Deedon is all about balancing towards the mean. And so, of course, he would be like, yes, I have a solution to neutralize this situation. But instead of getting that, we get Scott's a genius. And it's
we get Scott filling in Deedon with all the details, even though Deedon never really shares details. He just speaks in vague, whatever.
Well, he takes information and then he goes and does
that's a good relationship, but Scott constantly leaving Derek out of the loop is acceptable, but then Derek being an alpha and therefore not needing to share everything with a subordinate is the most toxic thing ever.
It's also very interesting to think that, okay, if Derek is not Scott's alpha, then in a way he's kind of making Deedon his alpha, which is crazy because Deedon used to be the emissary to the Hale Pack. And so again, they weave this web, but it doesn't connect because none of that should make any sense, but yet.
Exactly. They never connected a reason why Deedon separated himself
from the Hales
the way he did.
They tried to maybe say that it was like a broken heart thing, like he was in love with her and just couldn't take it anymore. But I'm like, that's kind of the opposite of what someone who was obsessed with Talia Hale would do. He would definitely be more invested in helping her children at that point, one would assume.
I mean, I get it, like where you resent the children that someone had with someone else kind of thing. And you resent Derek because he, got your lover, killed or whatever. I can get it, but the fact that we don't get informed of that until what was it, like 3B?
I think season 4 was a reveal about the mom. So, it was very late.
Because we don't get it till then, it's like, one, you can't blame fandom for just going based off what they've seen for the first 3.5 seasons. Mm-hmm. And then you throw it in there, and then you don't make it relevant to anything.
Right. It just doesn't connect. It's very strange the way that they chose.
Because Derek also doesn't seem to have an expectation out of Deedon at all, even after learning that he was the Hill emissary, and that's really weird.
And some people try to be like, well, it's because Derek wasn't meant to be a alpha, and so Laura would have been the one that had the relationship. But then at that point, Deedon should have been the one to reach out and be like, okay, you're the new Hale Pack leader. I had an allegiance to your mother. Yada yada yada.
But even when Derek shows up, okay, who knows what happened to our emissary, and then, oh, this guy was our emissary. Why isn't he helping me?
Yeah.
There's none of that.
There's just a lot of
and
roles.
I get that Derek is a side character, but it should have been there.
But then again, so let's actually keep going because I want to see how we kind of get to the rest of this scene, especially in regards to the way that Derek and Scott kind of relate to each other, or if they even focus on that at all. So let's go ahead and press play.
Sure. Sorry, I got distracted by something.
No.
All right, 29:59. We are in the home stretch, homies. 3, 2, and 1.
Did I get him?
And once again, Styles saves the day. Why would you get out of the Jeep?
Jackson!
Oh, yikes.
Colton in his natural habitat. I do have to give it to him. He's really good at this.
Yeah.
Key to your house? Already?
Come on, it's not a wedding ring.
So you're just making me a more accessible late night booty call.
Late night. Afternoon. Morning.
Horny children. Lydia. He naked. This music. Just all in her face. Alright, I have 16 questions already, but I'll wait. Oh, Jesus! Are you kidding me?
Gross.
Scott and Allison just linked hands.
Where's Gerard?
He can't be far.
Styles is like, look, sis.
Colton's body was crazy.
Yeah.
It was so thin.
So triumphant. Oh, Werewolf Jackson would have been amazing. Yes, very Terminator. Oh, Styles.
Scratch my Jeep.
I'm sorry.
Gross.
Nah. Okay, pause.
You don't have to say you're sorry. You just tried to murder a bunch of people, but it's cool.
Okay, how did they get here? What happened at the end of that scene? That is infuriating.
Such a huge part of this would have been seeing how does Jackson get home? How does, where did Derek and Peter go?
What did they say to him? Yeah, because he's their beta. Also, he said they knew he was gay.
This was the reshoot. Did they reshoot before or after Colton said he wasn't coming back?
After.
Oh. After?
Yes. Because that was the reshoot.
Do you think this is what that is?
Yeah. But, this is so strange. So, oh wait, maybe this wasn't the reshoot one. No, I'm thinking 3A. But I do know that they had different endings, but they might not have reshot later. I was thinking of 3A with Haley. But, okay, so my first thing is any anti-excuse about, oh, well, they threatened his mom, so he had to use Derek. No. They were threatening Allison, which is why we always talk about him being pussy whipped, but still having a terrible relationship with that girl. And I'm still Scallison all day, every day, but I know that they messy.
What pisses me off about that, they were threatening his mom excuse, is that in the moment after that hospital thing, it's not like Gerard was monitoring his phone lines or whatever. He was still meeting with Derek in secret, like, you know, to plan and whatever.
Right.
So, like, there was time for him to take him to Deedon's and be like, look, this is what's going on.
Yeah.
And
definitely.
we need to do whatever it is to keep my mom safe.
Yeah.
And Derek, the person who lost his entire family, would have been on that train.
Right. Exactly. Oh, and would have been happy to kill Gerard. Would have gleefully killed Gerard. That's the other thing. It's like, if you really wanted to manipulate Derek, just tell him that you're trying to kill Gerard. Derek would have bit him anyway. You know, if you tell Derek, oh yeah, we're pumping him full of mountain ash and then we just need you to give him the bite, Derek would be like, okay. I know the bite is a gift, but okay.
But even outside of that, the fact that Scott is trying to save his mom and Derek couldn't is all you need.
Yeah. And that's trash. I didn't even think about that. That's really messed up. That's unfortunate. Yikes. Okay, so yeah. And then this is number 3. Philip, you brought it up that a day had passed. And so this is the next day.
You see, I don't know if that was just a bad line or if, like, the sheriff is talking because it's post-midnight.
I think that...
It's just weird.
Well, Stiles changed his clothes, but...
So would I.
Yeah. Well, I mean, from the time that he was talking to his dad the first time to... maybe not. Never mind. What I'm wondering about is this. Where are Erica and Boyd? Chris didn't let them...
They were
Yeah, go ahead.
They were supposedly running to Derek after being released by Chris.
Chris didn't...
And Derek was already on his way to the warehouse.
See, and they should have known where Derek was because of the pack bonds. They should have known exactly where Derek was.
So, but let's pretend that pack bonds aren't real because they're not on Teen Wolf when it's not convenient.
Oh, right.
So it just doesn't, but like, you would think that
I thought that Derek Chris just left the electric
werewolves capturing his wolves somewhere between Chris's house and the warehouse.
Hold on. So, I thought that they said something about being able to, like, feel when Pac had died. I don't know. Maybe that is pure fanfic.
Cora said it was like feeling your arm chopped off or something like that.
Right. Okay. There we go.
But
wait. Hold on.
That the reason why Derek didn't feel Jackson was because Jackson wasn't really dead.
But Jackson had to have been his. That's insane.
No, is that Jackson wasn't really dead.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, I think you said his. Okay, so...
I mean, they weren't thinking that. You know they weren't thinking that.
Oh, of course not. Of course not. I thought that Chris was saying, he said, I know which voltage so that you can't turn, and I know which voltage to kill you. I thought that he was starting to turn it up to the kill you, and then and then turned it back down. But to the voltage where I didn't think he turned it all the way off, because when they shot back to them, we saw the electricity running up the wires.
You see, I felt like he was turning it off, but then the effects don't match it.
See, I thought he was just turning it down.
I don't know if they're thinking like, oh, that's the excess electricity coming out. I don't know. That was needlessly extended more than it needed to be, just so he could have that. Oh, I'm gonna be. I could be evil, but I'm not.
Yeah. Yeah.
And even then, he leaves them down there instead of unhooking them and getting them to safety after he found out his daughter. Kidnapped them viciously for no reason.
And that's what I needed to see, because yet we have another episode where Gage doesn't have lines, but at least this time Cinco didn't have any either. But they really need a line of like, oh, he's letting us go. I can't believe he's letting us go. We need to go find Derek. Something.
I feel like the first thing Stiles would have done before taking off the restraints was take off the tape on their mouths.
I think he wanted them to be quiet because he kept shushing them, but he should have automatically seen that they were hooked up to wires, and seen like where they were running from. So yeah,
you saw the car battery and you see the voltage.
Because that's why I'm like, so then we know Lydia was out looking for Jackson. How did Stiles find Lydia? Yeah, I guess he could have just called her and been like, where are you? I'll take you. But again, that's an interaction that would have been very interesting to see. Especially if we are going to give him that hero moment that ended up not really being a hero moment, but Alrighty. Yeah, let's finish this bad boy out. Yikes.
Alright. We are at 35:45. Allison and Scott on the bed. 3, 2, and 1.
Hold on,
what I did, what I
said.
For everything. Especially for what I have to do now.
It's okay.
No, it's not. It is. Scott, I'm trying to break up with you.
It's okay.
How
I'm
is
going
that
to stop
okay?
you for the next season.
Because I can wait.
Ugh.
I can't make you wait for me. I'm not going to do that.
You don't have to. Because I know we're going to be together.
There's no such thing as fate.
There's no such thing as werewolves.
Oh, they got lines.
Yeah, I just need to.
Oh, this was supposed to be the Alpha Pack. Oh, I don't remember this at all.
I do.
You're not planning on getting your hands dirty, are you?
I do what I have to.
Good. I never liked you being retired anyway.
Whoever said I was retired?
You see, and this connection.
Yes. Never. And it would have been so good.
You haven't told him everything yet, have you? What do you mean? Why do you think Derek was in such a hurry to build his pack? So eager to strengthen his power and his number. There's a new alpha. People take notice.
People like who? What is this? What does this mean?
It's their symbol, and it means they're coming.
Who?
Alphas. More than one? A pack of them.
An alpha pack. And they're not coming. They're already here.
Why'd you paint the door, Derek? Why'd you paint the door?
Painter Derek?
Hey, what is this closing shot?
So you really think she's gonna come back to you?
Yeah, I know she is. What about you and Lydia?
Well, the 10-year plan for making Lydia fall in love with me may have to stretch to 15, but the plan is definitely still in motion.
Yeah. They could have cut all of that.
Why don't you just ask her out? Yeah, okay. Why don't you just get in the goal and help me make team captain like you promised there, big guy? Hey, you know what I just realized? I'm right back where I started. What do you mean? I mean, no lacrosse, no popularity, no girlfriend, nothing. Dude, you still got me. I had you before. Yeah, and you still got me. Okay?
Rude.
So life fulfilled. Very. Now, remember, no wolf powers. Got it? No, I mean it. No super fast reflexes, no super eyesight, no hearing, none of that crap, okay? Okay. One. Promise? Would you just take the shot already?
See, this is not as cute as they think they're making it out to be.
I said no wolf powers!
You see, it's just another thing. You're supposed to be helping your friends, but no, using your powers to get the edge, totally funny and cute.
Especially paired with everything else in there. Like taunting him about Lydia, then being like, I had you before. It's like, okay, I guess.
I mean, I think that's one of my favorite scenes of season 2, though, overall.
Really?
Like only because you don't see, especially when the plot picks up in a show, it's so hard to get those small character moments.
Yeah, as a tactic, I think it works.
Yeah, so I think that like getting those nice character moments where they're together and they're just, it's not just plot, it's all just, like you're having just character interactions and they're enjoying each other. It's fun.
Right.
I think that I really appreciate that.
I had a question.
I think I appreciated it when it first aired.
Yeah.
And I agree. Like, this show needed a lot more of those moments. They kept decreasing over time.
Definitely.
And what also happened was that instead of having actual plot, it was just scenes to cover up or to distract you from the plot, to make you think there was another plot going on. And it was just, but then it became, and those are good moments when they're moments, but it was the whole show.
Right. I have a question about,
I get you.
About, so my estimation, when Derek and Peter went and gouged Jackson, did they know that did they think it was going to kill him, or were they just trying to purge the Kanima from him?
They were just trying to kill him.
We were going to kill him.
So
because it was just over. I think they thought, okay, obviously the Lydia thing didn't work, so boom, now's our chance.
But he was already, Oh, okay. They're saying that the Lydia thing didn't work. Huh.
I mean, that's the way I would read it. The aunties would probably read it like, oh, they finally saw a moment of weakness and they didn't care that it could work. They just killed it.
Well, but again, we don't know what their plan really was, because I don't think Lydia told them anything about the key, do you think? I don't see her divulging that information to them. And then that's another thing, is that by this time, Peter had already manipulated Lydia. So why were they thinking that she would have any part in a plan involving him? I don't know. There's just so much weird connections that don't make sense to me. Oh, we didn't see Gerard. When did we see Gerard next? It was sometime during 3A, right?
3. I was going to say 3B, but...
Oh, maybe. Yeah, maybe towards the beginning of 3. No? It was in the middle of 3B? Because I do remember gifing it, or memeing it, and making some sort of, like, meme from it. That's weird. This show is crazy. Thank you. Okay, it was 3A into 3B. You know what? I don't care anymore. We're done. We did it. F this show. Oh my god. That was quite the ride. Season 2 was supposed to be the good season, so I'm just like all types of flummoxed. I don't know what happened.
It was only the good season because of Steric.
Yeah. Honestly, yeah. I did like Matt's part of his storyline. I really enjoyed that. But,
oh my god, that seems like it was years ago.
It seems eons ago.
83 years.
13 years, Bobby. 15 years. I don't know. I was thinking about that because, you know, they always try to... Oh, okay. So they're like, oh, Derek's dead. Now, I thought that was something that happened at the end of this season. And then, I thought that was something that happened at the end of this season, and then they reacted to it next season. Hotel California isn't until like 304, 305? I think one of those. I believe it's a little bit later in the season. And so, because I remember now that the first episode is Tattoo of 3A, wherein Scott goes to Derek, and then that's why'd you paint the door, Derek? And one of my favorite videos ever was why'd you paint the door, Derek? And then it cuts to a scene of Derek having sex with Stiles against the door. And it's so good. I gotta find that video. So good. 3-6. Thank you, Pines. And so when we get to that episode, Jennifer has been introduced at this point, and most of her stuff Boyd hasn't died.
No, he dies after Motel California.
Yes, because of course he was in Motel California as Alicia. And so, so Scott wasn't even upset about, they just pretended like it didn't happen. They just pretend, and then like if Derek spent the summer looking for Erica and Boyd, why didn't Scott help with that? There's just so much disconnectedness. And that's why it upsets me that in season 4, we're just supposed to accept that Derek is the president of the Scott McCall fan club. Because Scott did nothing to earn it. Absolutely nothing to earn it.
Yeah, because I mean, at this point, it's completely unreasonable to think that Derek wouldn't have felt betrayed.
Ooh, who's doing that? What was...
I'm on my way to the movies.
I love it. What are you going to go see?
Lion King.
Oh, fun. That'll be fun.
I'm sorry.
Oh, I heard it was cute. I heard it was cute. Oh, well. Philip, you still with us?
Oh, you are such a robot right now.
Me?
No,
Okay,
Philip. There we go.
There you go.
It was either that Fast and Furious movie that's coming out or Spider. And
I heard Spider-Man.
I wanted to go see it, but I let my parents pick the movie this time.
Yeah. You're breaking up a little bit, Philip, but that's okay. Yeah, I am just, I'm going to the How Did This Get Made Hobbs and Shaw live show. So I do need to figure out a way to go see Hobbs and Shaw at some point. So that will be my thing. But, yeah, I feel like it was just so disconnected, and that's why, because that last scene was actually one of the things where I really kind of started to question Scott and Styles' friendship. And I was like, Scott seems a little bit like manipulative in this, but I was like, then I was all about my Skittles. So I was just like, but it's okay. They're fine. Styles is good. And now looking back with new eyes, it's like, okay, maybe not. But either way.
See, I started questioning their friendship. It was in season 1 when Scott was okay with putting the sheriff in danger just to cover up his secret. And then, funny enough, the aunties like to talk about how Latino Scott is, but no Latino would put another or their friend's parent in harm's way, just so that they could have a little love triangle.
Oof, they made him way
there's so
too
many
horny.
things. There's so many things, a part of the Latino culture that would have informed this character if the character was intentionally Latino, but he wasn't. It was something they pulled out of their hat in the 4th season, just because the actor happened to be half Latino.
Yeah. That's a podcast in and of itself. That is its own podcast. I don't know. So Teen Wolf really is going to be, for me, about the fanfic. I feel like, because they Scott and Allison go find Gerard in the nursing home in 3-6 so they can get the story on Deucalion. So that's how we know that Gerard, and we also know that Scott knows that Gerard is still alive. Messy. Yikes, what a mess. So, yeah, I feel like this is a show that is going to live for me in fanfic. I don't know that I will ever rewatch anything because there are too many landmines. You can't watch a full season without something terrible happening at least once in each app where you're like, I cannot live with this. And so it's just like, what a mess. But we did it. We're at the end. We made it happen. It's all good. Announcements. I am going to be starting a Veronica Mars podcast. So if anyone is interested in guesting, please hit up my DMs everywhere. I'm very excited. We're going to be going episode by episode of season 4. I know a lot of y'all have feelings about it. So we are going to hash it out. I'm very excited. We also, as a collective, I'm going to say that as a surprise, but I will say this, there will be an appearance at a very popular event. We might have already said the event, but there will be an appearance by us at a very popular event, and it's going to be super exciting. And haters gonna hate, but they can hate if they want to because we got our passes, we got our tickets, and they ain't got none. So yeah, I'm super excited. Any final?
I'm so excited.
It's gonna be so much fun, and it's Philip's first.
We are.
Yeah.
What?
I was saying it's Philip's first con ever. And so he's going to get the full experience. I'm super excited about that.
Okay, but it's so expensive for so little.
But depending
Girl,
on who's going to be there.
I will get us in on the Airbnb. Just saying. I got it covered.
Don't worry. We gonna do it. We're going to figure it out. We'll talk about it. But
okay, we get to talk about this because I am the king
of
ordering there.
I feel you.
So, but I was going to say...
what you got going on?
We are going to be the messiest that we could ever possibly be at this event. We are going to cause a scene.
Going out in style, baby.
We got to.
Yes.
Oh man. If certain people are there, like for both the talent and fan, shit gonna go down.
Yeah. I'm excited. It's gonna be fun.
I hope Michael and Haley are there.
Michael! Oh, I hope he's there.
Oh my god, that'd be amazing.
He's such a sweetheart.
You gotta call him up and be like, yeah. We could do, oh my gosh. Like, I would love to be like, girl, let's go out for dinner. And then, like, boy, let's go out for dinner.
Yes, exactly. And no, because we're going to find a way to do a live show there. I don't know exactly how to, even if it's just in the lobby, we are going to find some space and a way to do a live show.
Well, if we have equipment that's working this year.
Oh my god.
I got it.
Good. Yeah, no. If we can figure out how to do it in a situation where they don't want you to do it.
Yes! I can't wait. It's going to be wonderful. I'm so excited.
Are we still live?
Yeah.
Oh.
We're about to go off.
We're just talking around it.
Yeah.
We're talking
around it, and I'm loving it. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for coming on the season 2 journey with us. The good season. And we appreciate...
The good, quote unquote.
Right? We appreciate your patience as it took us 2 years to get this done. And for hanging out and hanging in. And we love you guys. And please stick around for more fun and exciting things. We're going to do a fanfic podcast again coming up soon. And then we're going to do some
my favorite.
Yeah, I think we're going to do some tropey podcasts where we talk about different tropes. We talk about, just those kind of theme ones. So those are always fun. And Steric Week is not coming up necessarily, but it is. Put it on your radar. Go to the Steric Week Tumblr for more information. I think it's going to be epic this year. I'm very excited. Because by that point, we're going to have GIFs. We should have GIF from Education of Fred Fitzel or whatever. So I'm super excited about that. I think that will make for a lot of great AUs, especially with how fine Hecklin was in Another Life. So I think they're going to mix that up real nice. And I'm excited. We're doing it. With that in mind, say goodnight, Philip.
Good night, everybody.
Yay! Yeah. I need to learn more of Lion King. We're going to do it. That was the one that I loved Lion King, but it's all right. I think I was at that age where I was just like, I was more of a Little Mermaid, Aladdin girl. Those were my movies. Yeah, that was my Disney.
See, Lion King was the only Disney movie that I had seen for any discernible period of time. Especially after me being 6 years old and hating the shit out of
anything Disney.
Yeah, I wouldn't even watch Disney Channel when we got it. Yeah, and then I saw Lizzie McGuire and my world shifted out from
Gordo. Oh. I was thinking about Even Stevens too, and I was like, you miss Shia LaBeouf in his prime. And Christy Carlson.
I could not that show.
I love Even Stevens. I was such a big... And it's funny because I had niece and nephews, so I stayed with, Nick and Disney for much longer than I should have as an adult. I remember I dragged my niece and nephews to see the High School Musical 3 movie, in the theaters. And they were like, we're way too old for this. But I'm like, we got to finish it out. We're here.
Yeah.
And it was terrible.
And I guess, like, the Descendants movies are really good, and since that actor just died, like, I've been thinking about, like, watching it.
Okay, so...
I have a friend that's really into the Descendants stuff, so, and she said that they're actually, like, really enjoying it.
All right, so my issue with the Descendants, which Descendants? What is this movie about?
Of the villain.
Of what?
As long as you watch Descendants knowing that it's like a kid's movie, it's really, really good. Descendants is the children of the Disney fairy tale village. So, like, all of the good people from the fairy tales live on one side, and all of the evil people from the fairy tales live on, like, a different side of, like, this, like, paradise, of, like, this world. So it's paradise on the good side, and it's, like, inner city slums on the bad side. And they make some kind of, like, treaty to allow the kids from the bad side to come to school on the good side. And then the whole movie takes off from there.
I've never heard of this. Because people were saying Descendants, and I was like, first of all, it sounds like a spelunking horror movie. Or it sounds like...
The Descent.
Yeah.
God bless.
Right? Or I thought it was the George Clooney, Shailene Woodley movie. And I was like, they're doing a sequel to that? And why? And so I was just like, I don't understand what everyone's talking about. That actually sounds pretty cute, though, so I might check it out. Bye, Carlos.
You should definitely watch it.
Yeah, okay. We'll check it out. We'll see what happens. And there was another... there was something else, but I can't remember what it was. Say goodnight, Ethan.
I have taken 2 melatonin at this point, so I am ready to pass out.
Yes, sir. Oh, yeah, it's late for you, so we are going to let you take a nice little sleepers until tomorrow. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I hope you enjoy your movie, Philip. And again, I hope you guys who are listening in, you enjoy the rest of your night and have a wonderful time. Until next time, signing out. Bye.